students from Malaga y Salvador Rueda, and we are going to talk about some inventions during the Spanish history.
The inventions we are going to talk about are the guitar, the radio, the mop, the submarine, the chupa chups, the footballin, the autogyro, and the first spacesuit called escafandros aeronautica.
In 1956, the Spanish Manuel Jalón Corominas created a sieve with a cloth and a bucket with ringer rollers. He showed these things into a showcase in Zaragoza and called it mop. In the past, this word referred to the woman who scrubbed, but nowadays it also relates to the utensil. His creators say that he designed it thinking especially in older women who had to scrub knees. But more important was that it saved millions of people that suffer disease such as bursitis in the knees, arthritis, arthrosis, injuries from splinters, infections, nail fans, or a deterioration of fans. Nowadays, scientists estimate that at least 2 million of people use a mop every day in Spain.
In 1958, Enric Bernat invented the first lollipop in the world in his factory in Asturias, in the north of Spain. He had the idea of a candy with a stick when during the 50s he noticed that children used to start eating some candies and then keep them in their hands or in their pockets, what wasn't very hygienic. He had a great idea. He thought to invent something that would be like eating a candy with a fork. This would be a better option for children and parents. The logo was designed by the famous Spanish painter Salvador Dalí. Chupa chups are well known all over the world and you can find its products almost everywhere.
Footballing was one of the inventions in the 20th century in Spain. Footballing was created by a Galician inventor called Alexandre de Fisterra, who was injured during the bombings of the Spanish Civil War in the 1930s and subsequently hospitalized. Where inspired by table tennis, he conceived the idea of table football. This allowed him and his young comrades to play football. However, other evidence suggests that Englishman Harold Thornton dreamed up the idea in 1921. He named it football on account of the difference between footballing's two-leg figures and football one-leg footmen, thus rendering the two as distinct sports. A typical table is about 120 centimeters. The table usually contains 8 rows of footmen, which are plastic, metal, wooden, or sometimes carbon fiber figures mounted on horizontal metal bars. Each team of 1 or 2 human players control 4 rows of footmen.
Julio Cervera traveled to England. When he returned, he began to publish patents about the first modern radio. Marconi created his radio in 1930, but Cervera had done it 11 years before him. The good contacts of Marconi and the decadence and lack of funding in Spain made the figure of Cervera disappear.
The idea of the submarine emerged in 1884 when Pera wrote his idea writing in some paper. With the support of the Ministry of the Navy, Manuel began to construct the first submarine. When he was ready, the submarine took the stage in front of a large audience. News of the constructions of a Spanish submarine weapon was already known and roots in the patriotic spirit of the people, who gathered at the arsenal of the Charac on September in 1888 for the launch. At the time of testing, the submarine was able to show its performance for the tasks it had been designed, maintaining the level, prolonging inversion navigations, the ability to move without being seen, capacity to attack enemies, ships. So all these abilities made Pearl submarine to be considered a success.
Autogyro is other of the most important inventions in 20th century in Spain. An autogyro is a type of rotorcraft which uses an unpowered rotor in auto rotation. to develop an engine-powered propeller. The autogyro was invented by the Spanish engineer Juan de la Cierva. Juan de la Cierva was a Spanish engineer and aeronautical enthusiast. In 1921, he participated in a design competition to develop a bomber for the Spanish military. De la Cierva designed a 3-engine aircraft, but during an early test flight, the bomber stalled and crashed. De la Cierva was troubled by the stall phenomenon and vowed to develop an aircraft that could fly safely at low air speed. The result was the first flow rotorcraft, which he named autogyro in 1923. The autogyro was first flown on 9th January 1923 at Cuatro Vientos Airfield in Madrid.
In 1935, the Spanish colonel Emilio Herrera Linares designed the first pressurized suit, which was considered the antecedent of the current spacesuit. It was called Escafandra Stratosnautica. It was designed to be used in a stratospheric flight on a hot air balloon in 1936 that couldn't be carried out because of the start of the Spanish Civil War. This strange name was given because Emilio Herrera didn't like Anglicisms, so he created a Spanish word for his invention. After the beginning of the Spanish Civil War, this suit and its materials were used to make raincoats for the soldiers. Emilio Herrera was exiled to France, where he died.
In 1550, two instruments similar to guitar merged into one. Around the 18th century, the 5 chords were replaced by 6 strings. About 1840, Antonio de Torres began making guitars. The most famous guitars in Spain are Paco de Lucía, Andrés Segovia, and Manolo Sanlúcar.